Welcome back to the Spark Your Heart show. Today, I am interviewing Krista Anakovsky. I hope I didn't butcher her name there. We're coming back to the second part of our show. It's we talk about the turning point in a person's life, which is like the emotional moment when you leave your old life behind and start taking new chances, new risks regarding career, love, family, anything. So let's bring Krista back. Hey, Krista, what's up?
Hi, Ronnie. You
Hey,
got it right. Inakovsky. You said it perfectly.
Yes, Krista Anakovsky. I was so nervous about that. So the second part of our show here, we're talking about the turning point, and just a little explanation is that's an emotional moment. What was a turning point in your career that made you move from the entertainment industry to the financial industry?
So it is. I do have a completely, I think, an interesting background, and what makes me unique in the profession that I'm in now is I am a trained professional dancer, entertainment. I've spent a lot of time on camera, MC, narration, commercials, TV, you name it, and I loved that. But all throughout that time, I was married, and my husband is a wealth manager and has worked for very affluent people. And I was lucky enough to be a part of that. I got to travel with him. I got to sit at dinners of multi-millionaires, household names, explaining their business. And so I had this always trickling into my life and hearing him, helping him with his business on different levels, seeing his passion for not wanting to follow traditional financial planning. He was always into discovering, what's not working, how can we make this world better, financially speaking. So very strategy driven. So at one point, my husband said, "All right, we have children. I don't think you really want to be dancing anymore. So why don't you just get licensed?" So I
Mm.
did. I had all this background, all this knowledge, working closely with him, and became licensed. And then I kind of lost my identity. As much as I thought, "Oh, I can do this," I had this big misconception that people wouldn't understand Krista as an entertainer and now Krista as a financial planner, financial advisor. And I really stripped away all of what I had done before and tried to like fit the mold of what I thought I was supposed to be doing. And it didn't work for me. And I wasn't happy and I really wasn't successful in it because I was missing out on the parts that truly were me. So I really decided I've got to change something and I need to figure out who I am and why I ended up with all of this money experience and background when I'm such a creative person and with entertainment, how I love to talk to people and encourage people. So through a lot of self-discovery and reaching out to friends, discovered that I really need to get out of the financial planning side and switch over into coaching where I
Mm.
can meet people where they are and I can be me. I can be an entertainer. I can come and talk to Ronnie on this great program in Las Vegas and really incorporate all the gifts that God has given me and connecting with people. And that's one of the things that I really feel that I can do is share this story about money to people who maybe are intimidated by it and take my creative background and the way that I think that might be just the way you think, but still draw that bridge and connect how money is important and encourage you out there to gain confidence around money and how to step by step do that.
Thank you so much. It says here I was reading, going over your website, that you are focused on supporting and helping educating women and couples. Tell me why. Why not focus on the younger generation, the 18-year-olds, the 21-year-old? There's a lot of young people out here with money.
That's true, Ronnie, and you're not the first person to ask that question. But when I really thought about who do I want to connect with, I want to connect with other people that are like me.
Got it.
So I'm a mother of two youngish children. I've transitioned from one career to another. I know what those challenges are. And I'm a member of Generation X. So Generation X right now is approximately age 35 to about 49. And we were the ones that were affected the greatest by the Great Recession of 2008. It hit our generation much harder than it did the baby boomers or the millennials. And so we're this little smaller, forgotten generation. And I know that we need help. It's not just about teaching the youngsters what to do. I'll get to them later. But for now, I really want to help those of us who have families and mortgages. And we should be at a certain level as far as getting closer to retirement and having that fund in place. And it's not there for a lot of people. We're still struggling with paycheck to paycheck. The expenses keep coming, raising children, the house, it goes on and on. And so I wanted to meet my generation where they are right now and help.
That's great. I think that's why you and I are very connected. I'm right there in that generation with you. You said, sorry, kind of off topic. You were dancing for the Orlando Magic in '96, right?
Yes,
right around there.
During my college years, I studied at University of Central Florida and was fortunate enough, actually at age 18, to be hired for the Magic. It was the most amazing thing that a college student could do. I was there when Shaquille O'Neal was there, and we were in the playoffs every year, and it was just one of the highlights of my life.
That's awesome. I think, I'm sorry to interrupt you there. You were talking about Generation X. You're right. I feel like your program is designed for me because I was in that generation kind of at the beginning of the 90s where money was kind of coming in, and we just spent it. Living out here in Vegas, we spend. And let me ask you about your program. I don't want to be like hiding my money. I still want to live my life. So talk to me about saving and spending. I know there's a delicate balance. Maybe you could enlighten me about it because I feel like I have to hoard stuff sometimes.
Right. So what Jada and I do is help you to really look at where your money's going so that you can reprioritize. We call it spending on purpose and getting more focused about knowing where the money's going so that you can identify where it really needs to go and some things that maybe aren't as important. And you go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm spending money on X when it's really not that important. I've got a lot going over there. Let me cut down over here so that I can shift it over into my financial freedom fund. Right? So you're spending on purpose. It's giving you the tools to make those decisions and the communication so you can talk about it with your partner or spouse.
Thank you. And then again, talking about the turning point, I really want you to get laser and dial into that emotional moment. I mean, about money for you. If I could just share real quick, my emotional moment, I was gambling out here. And that was very emotional. Some people, maybe their husband or their wife left them. I know you touched a little bit, but get in there. Let's get deep. And what was the moment where you're like, I really have to focus on my money? Talk to me about that.
So my big pivotal shift was in how the type of work that I'm doing around money. So I knew that I had this background in it, but the financial planning, this traditional type of financial planning format or profession was kind of killing me. I realized I just felt every day that I'm not living up to my potential. I'm not happy. I've got 2 beautiful children and a home and a husband, and there's something inside of me that just is empty, and I'm frustrated with what I'm doing, and I'm hiding who I am, or I'm not fully expressing all these amazing years that I have that make up who I am. My identity was so wrapped into being a dancer and entertainer. And so to make that shift, and it might seem small to you, but it was a huge, huge shift for me to say, all right, I'm not going to be the one who writes the plans and the products. I'm not going to get paid by giving the advice that way, but I'm going to create a coaching business. So I don't care if you aren't anywhere near ready to talk about where your investments go. I can talk to you right now where you are at this exact place, whether it's fighting about money, spending too much, wanting to make a change in your career so that you can earn more or make a shift like I did to a career that you love. And now I'm so excited and so grateful. I mean, to know today that I get to be on your show. I mean, how fun is that? To talk to people right where they are in their problem with the money now and not have to be like, oh, just even saying I'm a financial advisor and the reaction people get, it just didn't work for me at all. And this this is just such a better space for me to be. And I know that I can reach out so many more people about money before you even worry about the investment itself.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to wrap up this little segment. Again, the turning point for Krista, I think, was realizing that you can dance forever. And I also, too, had an entertainment background, but we'll talk about that later in the next segment. So we're going to sign off. Thank you all. This is Spark Your Heart in Las Vegas.